from Washington, this is VOA News. Typhoon Haiyan leaves thousands dead in the Philippines, taking aim at Vietnam and China. The U.S. promises no rush to deal on Iran's nuclear program. I'm Ray Kouguell reporting from Washington. Local officials in the Philippines say the death toll in a central province that took the brunt of Typhoon Haiyan could reach as high as 10,000. Simone Orendain reports from Manila.
Most of those deaths are in Tacloban, a coastal city on Leyte Province. That is where Super Typhoon Haiyan first bore down on the country, leaving a trail of devastation across dozens of islands. Thousands of cars have been reduced to rubble, and splintered trees and power lines clog muddy ground. Haiyan created a 5-meter-high storm surge that pounded Tacloban and left bodies tossed about in its wake. The Philippine Red Cross says its people on the ground estimate more than 1,000 people have died there. Red Cross Secretary General Gwendolyn Pang says body bags have been ordered, but right now the priority is getting 45,000 food packs to the families most in need. Simone Orendain for VOA News, Manila.
Philippine President Benigno Aquino flew into Tacloban Sunday, saying his government's priority is to deliver relief and medical assistance to survivors and restore power and communications in the isolated areas. The UN Humanitarian Coordinator Office in Manila says aid workers have ramped up critical relief operations, but that access remains a key challenge. The UN World Food Programme says it, too, is working with the Philippine government to fly in food, logistics, and communications equipment. Vietnam and China have rushed to prepare coastal communities for the arrival of the typhoon. Weather agencies predict it'll make landfall somewhere near northern Vietnam's border with China early Monday local time. The U.S. Navy's Joint Typhoon Warning Center says the storm has maximum sustained winds of 139 kilometers an hour. It's expected to weaken, though, as it moves northwest over the Gulf of Tonkin, possibly losing its typhoon status and being downgraded to a tropical storm by the time it moves over land. Syria's main Western-backed opposition coalition announced it will not go to proposed peace talks in Geneva unless it receives the backing of rebels on the ground. The Syrian National Coalition spokesman Khaled Saleh says an opposition delegation will be holding meetings in Syria with different brigades from the rebel Free Syrian Army over the coming days. Major Islamist rebel brigades have declared their opposition to the Geneva process if the conference does not result in President Bashar al-Assad's removal. U.S. Secretary of State John Kerry says international negotiations over Iran's nuclear ambitions will continue, but so will the U.S. caution over the matter. VOA's Michael Bowman has more.
Secretary Kerry appeared on NBC's Meet the Press program after talks in Geneva failed to yield an accord between Iran and the 5 permanent members of the Security Council plus Germany.
We always said, President Obama has been crystal clear, don't rush. We're not in a rush. We need to get the right deal. No deal is better than a bad deal. And we are certainly adhering to that concept.
Kerry said the United States will pursue peaceful avenues to keep Iran from possessing a nuclear weapon, but added that President Barack Obama has taken no option off the table. Michael Bowman, VOA News, Washington.
In Iran, President Hassan Rouhani said his country will not give up what it considers as nuclear rights, including uranium enrichment on Iranian soil, in any deal with international negotiators. Thousands of mostly African workers have gathered in the Saudi Arabian capital, Riyadh, seeking repatriation after 2 people were killed in clashes between migrant workers and vigilante residents backed by police. At least 68 people were injured in the clashes overnight Saturday, and police say they arrested 561 foreigners. The Supreme Court in the Maldives ordered postponement of Sunday's planned runoff presidential election, one day after former President Mohamed Nasheed won the first round. The court set the new date as November 16th. Queen Elizabeth led Britain in paying tribute to its war dead as the country fell silent on Remembrance Sunday. Thousands central London observed a 2-minute silence during the ceremony, observed on the nearest Sunday to the anniversary of the end of World War I on November 11, 1918. The United States will honor its war veterans on Monday, the actual anniversary. I'm Ray Kouguell, VOA News. More at voanews.com.